Hello there and welcome back to my channel. I am the Rogue Witcher. For those of you who are new here, I do content on all things Marvel, Star Wars, DC, Harry Potter, Lord of the Rings, Game of Thrones, all things sci-fi fantasy related. In today's video, we will be reacting to the Marvel announcement of Avengers Doomsday and watching the video live and finding out all the juicy details about it. So please come with me along this video and watch my reaction and then my thoughts on the announcement and the film in general. Before we do that, please smash the like button. Helps the channel massively. Write a comment down below your thoughts on the upcoming Avengers movie, and of course subscribe to catch all future videos. Without further ado, let's get straight into it, guys, and let's react to the Marvel announcement for Avengers Doomsday. Chris Hemsworth, so four is in it. Vanessa Kirby, I'm terrible with names. Cap is in it, obviously. Winter Soldier, okay. Black Panther, alright, definitely Avengers roster being built. Ant-Man, we love a bit of Paul Rudd, don't we, guys? US Agent, oh, okay. Oh, I'm sorry, I don't know that name, I'm terrible. I'm terrible with that name, I don't know that name either. Shang-Chi, awesome. Florence, the new Black Widow. I don't know that name either. I don't know that name. Falcon is in it, guys. The Human Torch. Oh, okay, David Harbour's in it. And Baku is in it. Don't know that name. Loki! Professor X. No, stop. Ian McLennan. I don't know who Alan Cumming is. I don't know who Rebecca Romijn is. Cyclops. Oh my fucking god. Gambit! Mr. Fantastic. Oh, it's RDJ, baby. It's Victor Von Doom. What? No. No. Yes! Yes! They're back! Shit. Okay, guys, I've had a second to, react, process, and there was a lot of names. I've had to do some research because some of them I didn't recognise, and I am terribly sorry about that. I am terrible with names. But I've written down all the people that were in that announcement, their characters and what teams they belong to. So let's just go through the roster that was announced and then we can get onto the thoughts of people that are missing and why we think that is. Okay, let's get into it. So the new Avengers roster is Captain America, Falcon, Shang-Chi, Black Panther, OGs like Thor and Ant-Man, Namor and M'Baku. They're what I would say, they are the new Avengers, the characters that were announced that would fall under Avenger category. But of course we have multiple teams in this announcement. We have the Thunderbolts, and following in this order that are going to be in the movie, representing Team Thunderbolts are Winter Soldier, US Agent, Ghost, New Black Widow, Red Guardian and Sentry. Yep, I've not missed anyone out. So that is the team of Thunderbolts. Then we have unbelievable, guys, X-Men, OG X-Men. I'm just getting tingles just talking about the fact that they're going to be in this movie. In the X-Men, we have Professor X, Magneto, we have Mystique, we have Beast, we have Cyclops, we have Nightcrawler, and guys, it's happened, thankfully, after the last Deadpool Wolverine, we have Gambit. Channing Tatum is back. That's what I'm fucking talking about. Sorry for the language, just so pumped. We also, of course, then have the new Fantastic Four, no surprise there. The Thing, Mr. Fantastic, Human Torch and Invisible Woman. They are all going to be in Avengers Doomsday, going up against Robert Downey Jr.'s Victor Von Doom. Let's just take a breather. Let's just take a second, guys. So now let's go over the people that weren't announced and who are missing from respective teams. So missing from what we would say would be the new Avengers. They might not have been the Avengers, but would fall into the Avenger team, are as such: Spider-Man, Doctor Strange, Wong, Wanda, War Machine, Vision, the Incredible Hulk, Captain Marvel herself, Hawkeye, Star-Lord, the Wasp, Monica Rambeau, She-Hulk and Nick Fury. All not announced. Doesn't mean they're not going to be in it, but not announced. Why? We'll talk about that in a moment. Missing from the Thunderbolts, just the one, Taskmaster. Maybe we'll find out why in the Thunderbolts movie. The whole of the Eternals, missing. Missing from X-Men that you would expect. Wolverine, Deadpool, Storm, Rogue and Jean. The key members that you would expect to see from those. I'm now going to say missing sort of the new Young Avengers that we've seen pop up in the MCU that would probably fall under that category that weren't announced. Kate Bishop, Miss Marvel, Cassie, Ironheart. So yeah, they're really just the young ones. And then missing, obviously, altogether the Guardians of the Galaxy, OGs and new members. Rocket Raccoon, Groot, Nebula, Drax, Gamora, and then the new members, Adam Warlock. I don't know the other characters by name, I'll be honest, on those ones. But we are missing those guys. And then I've written down people that have obviously been in Marvel that are not in this, more the street level guys. No surprise, no Daredevil, Punisher, Echo, or Moon Knight. That's not really a surprise. The real other huge surprise, I don't think he falls into any of these categories, and that is, of course, the God of Mischief, Loki, is in this. Right, guys, let's talk about it. Let's finally get into it. So, we have all these characters that are in it. What do I think this means? What do I think this will happen? Why are they telling us who's in it and who isn't supposedly in it because they've not been announced? Just because they've not been announced doesn't mean they won't be in it. I'd be shocked if a few of these names were not in the film. Why? Let's think logically through this. Spider-Man, people don't remember who Peter Parker is. Going on their recruitment, can they find him? Do they know where to look? So maybe that's why he's out. Doctor Strange, at the end of his movie, went off with a character to stop an incursion. Perhaps he's not in reach. So that's very plausible. I'm not sure why, though, Hawkeye or Hulk wouldn't be contacted. Senior members, of course, of the Avengers. If Ant-Man's going to be in it, why wouldn't Wasp? That doesn't really make any sense to me. Wong, fair enough, he's the Sorcerer Supreme and therefore doesn't want to leave the Sanctum unguarded. Oh, America Chavez, another one for the Young Avengers. Not announced. Why? Let's find out. Star-Lord, we know it said it will return. Of course, he could fall into Guardians or Avengers. I like him in both now that he's a solo and not a Guardian. So it sort of is a bit of a question why they're not in it. But anyway, let's not focus on that. Let's focus who is in it. And let's talk about what I think maybe the plot could be. Just a rough guess on what is going to happen. I think we'll get an announcement or a clip during the Fantastic Four that will set up, of course, Victor Von Doom starting to go after the multiverse, the timelines. We might even get him defeating Kang and that explaining the whole Kang storyline. Loki, God of Mischief, will get a sense that timelines, of course, are being attacked and possibly destroyed or corrupted or overrun by Victor Von Doom. In an effort to stop this, he will try and get some help. Help, please! And he will reach out to his brother, Thor, Odinson, and explain what is going on and that someone needs to stop this, needs to make a stand. Thor, I believe, then will, of course, go to Earth, try and find some Avengers, of course, most likely Cap, new Cap, and say this is what the situation is, this is what is needed. Cap will then decide, as at the end of Brave New World and throughout when he's warned, he might already be recruiting for the Avengers, to rebuild the Avengers with new Avengers and existing. So that's what I think that is. X-Men, where do we go with that? Well, at the end of the Marvels, we know Monica Rambeau was now on another universe.
Where are we? What happened?
We were hoping you could tell us.
And was taken in by Beast and the X-Men. So the X-Men know that obviously multiverse is now possible, and perhaps with the help of Monica Rambeau, they can somehow get to main Earth, and interact with the Avengers on behalf of Monica Rambeau, can vouch for them, and are made aware of what's going on, and therefore they decide to join and team up in the fight. It would make a lot of sense, and that is where I think how the X-Men will tie into this. The Thunderbolts, I think, will tie in as they will have established themselves as a group, obviously, after their solo movie. Perhaps we'll get an end credit scene as to linking why. You know, Bucky leading that team, Sam leading the Avengers. Bucky will, of course, come to Sam's aid if he puts out, you know, a request saying we need help. Bucky and the Thunderbolts will, of course, then come and join the fight. The Fantastic Four are another point of this, because that could be another way. Perhaps it's not Loki that reaches out first. Perhaps it's the Fantastic Four. Obviously, we'll have to wait for that film, but I believe, and you know, a clip, an end credit scene, something will let them know, of course, that Victor Von Doom, what he's doing on his plans for the multiverse, and perhaps it's them who then reach out to the Avengers to explain what's going on, and they then, you know, maybe reach out. Thor perhaps potentially gets whiff of Loki, and then he seeks out Loki rather than Loki coming to him. All possible. I personally think it will be Loki who reaches out to Thor, and I believe that the Fantastic Four will come to Earth to warn them, but they've not realising they've already been warned, and that Monica Rambeau has brought in the X-Men. Hence the, you know, collaboration between the teams. You will have the New Avengers, Thunderbolts, X-Men, and the Fantastic Four all going up against Victor Von Doom. Who are they fighting? Obviously, they're not going to put every name that's going to be in this movie, because otherwise then they ruin it all. So I think we can expect some names that we're a little disappointed in not seeing, especially in terms of multiversal variants that will be fighting on behalf of Victor Von Doom. That obviously more so will be in Secret Wars, but I believe also will be in this. Yeah, and then the real question is why aren't, like we say, some of the Avengers that have been announced not been announced, not in this movie. Captain Marvel, especially with Hulk and Hawkeye core members. I don't know. They very well could be in it, and like we say, they just don't want to, you know, announce everyone. Perhaps they're going to have more of a cameo role, and therefore all the chairs that we saw that were announced are main cast members and have large roles in the film, and the, you know, the core cast, and everyone else will be coming in for cameos. And if you remember, some people who didn't get much screen time in Infinity War then got more screen time in Endgame, so that could be a factor, that perhaps some of them are going to be defeated and then, you know, killed off, and then they will need to re-strengthen, and then come Secret Wars, recruit, you know, Spider-Man, Captain Marvel, Hulk rejoins, you know, all this sort of stuff. I'm sure it'll be explained well, and I am super excited for it. I mean, the X-Men, you know, also missing, you know, X-Men, Deadpool, Wolverine. Deadpool's not as much a surprise, you know, especially, you know, because he didn't really interact really that much with the X-Men. But Wolverine, you know, is obviously more of a surprise, because that's mostly the OG core cast of the X-Men that has been announced, bar, like I say, Storm, Jean Grey, Rogue, Iceman, you know. So Wolverine is then the last sort of core character. Do they want that to be a surprise? That's what they've not announced. Of course, you know, they're giving you something to be excited about now by some of the names, and then more to be excited about come, you know, when you're in the cinema watching. So yeah, I do very likely think that there's definitely more names, obviously, that's going to be in it that we just don't know. So I wouldn't panic too much, because, you know, I'm surprised very much so if Captain Marvel wasn't a large part of this movie, considering how powerful she is and how important she would be in a fight like this. Wanda, they might think she's still dead. Vision, they might still think's dead and not know that he's, you know, sort of back. Rhodey, perhaps we'll get answers in War Machine. Nick Fury, perhaps just retired. Again, maybe it's just going to be a cameo. Monica Rambeau is obviously not announced, but obviously you would think has to be in it, because that's the link between the Avengers and main Earth to their Earth with the X-Men. So I would definitely think to see her. It would be cool to get some street level guys popping in if they really needed to. Like, I would love to see Daredevil and Punisher and those sort of characters interact. Moon Knight, sort of his own sort of thing. I don't really think he really fits in with this sort of feel and storyline, but you never know. So, you know, obviously there's a lot from now between Avengers Doomsday where we will get so much more, you know, announced, and, you know, so many questions answered within credit scenes and story in the shows and films. So obviously a lot more to come, but that's just my rough outline look of how I think it's going to be set up and how a lot of the teams are going to come together. So yeah, tell me what you think, guys. Are you excited? OG greats like Professor X, Magneto, Nightcrawler, Cyclops, they are back, they are in this. We have teams colliding, X-Men meets Avengers, Thunderbolts meets the Fantastic Four, all teaming up against Victor Von Doom. I want to quickly say that I am excited for Victor Von Doom, I am excited for RDJ. He always kills it, you know, the GOAT. I know a lot of people are unhappy, bringing him back makes him feels a bit cheap, but no, with the multiversal variants, it's very plausible. And although, yes, if you were asking me who would I cast, I would have cast Cillian Murphy. I think it would have been awesome. We've not had a bad Avengers movie, in my opinion. Some might disagree. I think they've nailed it every time, pretty much. And therefore, they've got credit in the bank with me. And RDJ has nothing but credit in the bank for his performances. So therefore, I will give this 100% of a chance and go in with positive vibes and excitement towards this movie and Secret Wars. So yeah, let me know, guys. Let's get the conversation going. Who are you most happy about being in this announcement? Put it in the comments below. Who are you most upset isn't in the film that's been announced so far? Which hero or villain? Put that down in the comments below. As always, like the video, guys. It really does help me, a new channel, get support, being seen by far more people, just enhances my chance of more people watching. So really appreciate it, I really do. Share and subscribe, all that jazz. I won't keep you any longer. Thanks for watching, guys. I am super excited. Hope you are too. I'll catch you in the next video as always. Adios.